What's going on, Squirrel, SoCloseToast, welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome, Lady Derps and Gentle Memes, to a brand new episode, the very first of People Problems, where we discuss people with problems. Now, on today's episode, we're going to be discussing and uncovering the behind the scenes and in front of the camera a transgender that had an outbreak at a Gamestop. Now, I believe that this happened last year, so hopefully this person has turned over a new leaf for 2019. With a little bit of court fees and legal issues. Hopefully they've seen what we're about to see, took a step back, and realized, yeah, Call of Duty isn't that worth it. And that they should stop gaming. See what I did there? Alright, Lady Derps and Gentle Memes, let's review the tape and see what really happened.
Houston, we have a problem.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! Loud noises!
And my arm, even my fingers. So the story goes that this all started at a GameStop. This person had a little bit of a kerfuffle. And when I think about GameStop, I think about, you know, those pop dolls and gift cards. I don't think anybody actually goes to a GameStop to buy games anymore. I don't know who's more oppressed in this situation, a transgender or a GameStop employee. And I'm looking at this as everyone's equal, okay? Gamers are oppressed by nature, and we're gonna see who's actually in the wrong here. Now, you know what I hate the most is people that are entitled. I don't care who you are, what you are. So the fact that this story really picked up because it says transgender is already wrong. Obviously, if it relates to why the person goes off on the employee, then that's why it justifies the title. So let's see what happens.
You're gonna give me my fucking money back.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay?
Both of you guys?
Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was in general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
All right, I'm gonna stop the footage right there. This person is 100% disrespectful. Regardless if the employee, and like it should say transgender goes off on GameStop employee, lady, little kid, everybody else in the store. Like there's a reason why this person is filming. And this footage isn't leaked from the actual GameStop security cameras. Somebody saw the opportunity to expose this person for who they are and for what they're doing. They're just talking down to this person.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
I'd be rattled. Okay, so the employee then actually called her a sir. We don't know if the employee is trolling, but I'm sure this doll hanging on this right here, I don't know, what is that? Is that a Five Nights at Freddy's? This doll right here is literally everybody in that store just like, what are we witnessing?
I need your corporate number. Because I'm going to call them and talk about how I was misgendered several times in this store.
I apologize for that.
I need your corporate number now.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Get it for me now.
I'm going to ask you to calm down and stop cussing.
Give me your
Stop
corporate
hitting
number.
bitch on property.
Well, I'm going to ask you for the 5th time to stop calling me a man. Because quite clearly I am not.
And I apologize. I'm sorry for that, ma'am. I will get you that number. Is that okay?
Yes,
I'm
get it
just
for me
asking-
now.
I'm asking you to stop
Get it
cussing.
for me now. I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. Get me
Okay,
the number.
slightly cooling down
Ooh.
after she just did property damage, sort of.
I apologize, ma'am. I will get you that number right now.
I think I hear somebody on the phone with the police.
I will get you that number right now.
She's throwing a fit. Some ladies on the phone with probably.
No, you're just going to keep bumping your gums. You're just going to keep bumping your gums and disrespecting trans people in this store, which I plan on telling the entire LGBTQ community. You're going to lose money over this.
I can see right now the whole community just being like, we don't know this person. The worst is when one person who's the bad egg of the bunch speaks for the bunch.
Seriously, I haven't.
How do you react to that? How? Okay, so we reviewed the video. A lot going on. A lot of emotions. For one, the lady, the transgender person, is in the wrong. The employee sort of slipped up, and I have no idea if that was a troll on his part by saying "sir" after. I could imagine you're rattled, like you're dealing with all these customers, everyone's freaking out, and then you got the next level. That person's like the next level. Usually deal with, I gotta return this. Oh, you got a receipt? No, I gotta find my receipt. Oh, just can I return this? Battlefield sucks. Like, I just want to return Battlefield. Let me return Battlefield. And so like these employees are just dealing with that. But this is like, you're dealing with someone's status as a human being. That lady got crazy, started obviously doing property damage, like just kicking around things and being physical. And then obviously GameStop, you're gonna think there's probably little kids in the store. The lady in the beginning said, hey, could you not swear? Still kept swearing. Didn't care about the little kid who's probably like, who knows, traumatized. Maybe they'll grow up and just hate transgender people because this is their first experience with a transgender person. Even though there's a lot of amazing transgender people out there. I know people personally that are transgender, and they're the coolest people ever. But if we just Google transgender GameStop, it's actually a trans guy that reacts to a crazy transgender in GameStop. Let's see the reaction.
I had a lot of mixed emotions, and before I said anything publicly about it, I wanted to look into what other people were saying, specifically other people in the trans community, and specifically, you know, people who weren't trans. And so what I noticed is that most of the people who are not trans and don't follow the trans community were like, wow, you're fucking psycho. This is why we don't like transgenders. This is why transgenders shouldn't be allowed in the, you know, restrooms, and just using the video to then judge all trans people, which I knew is what happens. By the way, I'm trans. I was assigned female at birth, so I transitioned to male. And so my viewers know this about me, but I'm assuming that this is a highly, you know, searched topic right now, and I want to make it very clear that I in no way like to associate with crazy trans people. There are
Exactly. There's crazy people in every single type of community. Every single type of community. I don't even think I need to watch anymore, but hey, shout out to you, Calvin.
It's very obvious that this woman was wearing women's clothing. What I want to see is the entire video, not just when the camera was turned on. I want to see the entire thing that went down.
Me too.
But from what I'm presented, what I can tell is that this trans woman is somebody who was really early in her transition. Or I mean, I guess I could be completely wrong, and this could be somebody who has been out as trans for years and just has very unfortunate genes. Obviously, you know, when as a male, you get really tall a lot of the time. Your voice gets deep, you have a male body, and estrogen can change those things, but it's much harder than to transition FTM. It's really hard to pass as female when you've gone through male puberty. So I think that this trans woman does what she can.
All right. It's painfully obvious that most people are in disagreement with the transgender woman. I agree, though. I would love to see the footage that happened after and before, if there even is any. I'm sure there's security cameras, and I'm sure GameStop has had to review those. There's been no comment from GameStop. It's interesting that GameStop has yet to do anything that we know of. I'll check BET, see if they say anything. I don't know. Like, you read here, and it says that the woman corrected the employee 5 times. And then eventually goes off. So if I'm that employee, okay, the first time, oops, I'm sorry, ma'am. I apologize. Let me refund whatever you need refunded. The fact that it goes on 5 times, and then when in the video, what we see is the employee say "sir" again, like frantically. I don't know. It leaves it up to an interesting interpretation. Classic GameStop. You want store credit? Right, so this website has called 5 different GameStop locations for a comment to confirm the location of the incident. So it doesn't look like GameStop's really commenting on this. Alright, derps and gentlemen, let me know if you want to see more of this type of stuff, and what's your thoughts on the situation? Whose side are you on, or are you right in the middle? You're like, it could have been handled better in both situations. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Shake 'em and bake 'em.